one more for the game. Come, sit. You have passed the 13 gates. And you come to my table to play the game of life and death. Your stake is wagered. I refuse none who come here. Yet, I say, turn back.
Hey everyone, Ducknuck84 here, and we're back with a new game, The Hands of Fate, which is a roguelike RNG RPG type game. And I've been wanting to play this for a while, but with everything else I've been doing, haven't been able to until right now, and we'll get started right now.
The game begins. One lives and one dies. Let us see what you are made of. Here is the first member of my court, the Jack of Dust. 12 in all must fall before you may challenge me.
Okay, so that looks like our first boss. The bandit leader is strong and faster than most bandits encountered. He can become enraged, making powerful, unblockable attacks. He also inspires his followers to steal gold on each hit. In the ruins of an ancient temple amongst the eternally shifting sand dunes lives the mysterious leader of the desert bandits, infamous for his reign of terror over any spice caravans that dare take their chances traveling through his domain. He rules as a king over the buried lands. Well, it could be worse. Usually on your first quest you have to kill rodents.
Let the cards fall where they may. We begin.
Now, I do know a little on the game because I did some testing before, just to make sure everything was good to go for recording. So I know the basic game mechanics. I never fully completed the first level here. Just basically I wanted to make sure everything was good. So let's just get going here.
I was never a fan of illusion or pretense. Here, I'll make an exception.
We got Mr. Lionel. Whilst enjoying your evening meal at the local tavern, a strange old man takes the seat next to you. He taps your shoulder quite painfully with his wooden staff to get your attention, and you notice that he appears to be a goblin poorly disguised as a human. His wizened face grins at you with a hint of madness. "My name is Mr. Lionel. If you give me what I need, boy, I will conjure you your heart's desire with this wizarding wand of my own creation." Okay, so like I said, basically you have, with cards you get, you have a bunch of choices, and with random outcomes to see if that's what you need. You can give him, like I said, if I had money, I can give him gold. I can give him the bread off my plate, ask him what he needs, or I can just ignore him. All the options, of course, give you different options, but let's go ahead and give him the bread from my plate. He considers the bread seriously before placing it carefully in his coat pocket, seeming satisfied. Mr. Lionel taps his staff on the ground, and a shield materializes at your feet. "There you go, old bean." He smiles a warm grin and that reveals his chipped and yellowed teeth. "Your face reminds me of my son. I haven't met you before, have I?" And so because of that, we get to draw one equipment card, and we get a shield. Basically, that's how the shield works. You can counterattack when spider sense tingling over your enemy's head.
You can now reflect your opponent's ranged attacks using your shield. Make good use of this skill if you wish to survive.
And that too. Although I haven't really found any ranged opponents so far, so let's go on to the next.
Fair Merith. I'm not surprised to find that this encounter remains vivid in your memories.
It's another good card for getting supplies. One day in a shady forest, you encounter the elf maiden. She stops to greet you. I am Marith of the Forest Folk. My people have long helped the mortals of this realm. What boon would you ask of me? So, I've done, when testing out, I've done both of those. And I'm pretty sure this basically, if you have taken damage, you can get health. This, of course, gives you food, and this gives you money. We're good on supplies right now for food, so I'm going to take gold. Mary seems surprised. It is unlike an adventurer to beg for coin, but very well if that is what you wish. And so we get 3 gold gain cards. So we get 15 coins.
I'm sure you are grateful for that.
15. And 30. And so, like I said, completely random. Many enchanted weapons have powerful abilities that can turn the tide of battle, but only if their wielder remembers to use them. Farewell, mortal. So now we go on to the next.
That first moment, that glinting weapon, the call to action, to adventure. Truly, there is nothing like it.
You see a weapon glinting in the sunlight, lying next to the skeleton at the bottom of the canyon. So again, we can leave it, or we can climb down. We're going to climb down and retrieve the weapon, or at least try to.
Choose from these options.
And we'll take that. And it's a success. Very carefully, you make your way down to the bottom of the canyon, and we get 1 equipment card. We get a sword. And that is better than the axe we have, so we will equip that. Yes, we want to equip that.
A moment to savor. That will make you much more effective.
And see now, when I was testing it out again, I've done this before, and if you fail, you basically take damage, and again, the weapon I think is randomized, but like every time I've done it before, I've gotten either the rusty axe or the axe. And so also just, let's go look at our inventory to see what we got.
Here.
So, like I said, we have the sword equipped. We got our light armor and the shield we got for Mr. Lionel. And down to the next level.
Down once more, seeking the heart of it all.
And of course, as you see, basically the card layout for the dungeon is random, so you can kind of move around as you want, depending on how the cards are laid out. But we've just explored everything on here, so we'll go down to the next level.
Your journey is well begun. This is what I was looking for. You show some aptitude for the game.
Well, like I said, this
Perhaps
is like
this will not be as boring as I thought.
3rd try, at least. This time I have an intention of actually completing this level. Get the shop. In a shady grove off the beaten trail, you find a traveling merchant looking to trade with wandering adventurers. Let's see what he's got. Greeting, wise traveler, I have much to offer you.
If you were wondering why you've been collecting all that gold, you now have your answer. We're starting to get into the meat of the game now. The back and forth between resources and rewards.
Okay, that's the thing about most is every time I move from one card to the next, it uses 1 of my food. So that's something I have to keep in mind for the future. But let's see what you got. Buy an axe, does a little bit more damage than the sword. Press the button to swing your axe. I don't need that, I don't need the shield.
A classical approach to dealing with crowds.
It's alright, not necessarily needed though, and the sword I don't really need either. But let's go back and
The most fundamental symbol of might for an age.
so I'm not going to buy the axe for 2 additional damage. I don't think I really need
Peasant's
that.
weapon, but effective nonetheless.
Okay, so we're not going to buy any of those. Do we have anything to sell? We do not. And let's buy 1 food, just in case. Even though I think we have plenty to basically complete this dungeon. I think that's all we need. Okay, yeah, so like I said, you can basically choose where you want to go depending on how the layout of the cards are. So we're going to go here, I think probably dun dun dun, or there we go.
I'm sure it's not called Dead Man's Gorge without reason.
While crossing the ancient rope bridge of Dead Man's Gorge, you hear sounds of movement from below. It's an ambush.
You can now counter your opponent's attacks. Hit the counter button when you see the flashing indicator.
Okay, basic controls. Now the combat is a little clunky. There's the counter there. Stun him there. There we go. And hit you there. Haven't even got a hit on me, guys. And you're dead. Easy bandit defeated. Recover what you can find from the dead, and I get 3 gain cards. So I get a piece of equipment. So I get those throwing
A
knives.
knife for all, and mercy for none.
So I think it said press 2 to throw knives in 8 cardinal directions.
Artifacts provide powerful special abilities to use in combat, but it takes time to ready them.
Get some more food and some more food. So we can go either here or... Yeah, we can't go there right now because we'd have to move back here. Let's go like that. Because it's either going to be the Jack of Dust or another regular encounter. It's the Jack of Dust.
You have reached my first champion. A good man driven to madness by a war that took all from him. Wife and child, kith and kin. From such dark and brittle iron I forge my tools. Now we see your metal.
Okay, so...
This token will unlock more cards if you can defeat this encounter.
Okay. I was going to say if we got a choice to fight him now or go back, but it looks like we don't. So he has 4 bandits.
Some enemy attacks cannot be blocked or countered. Get out of the way or stop them with your own counterattack.
Okay. And let's use this right now. Oh, I'm taking some hits. That's 1 down. Oh, there you go. Oh, that hurt. I need to start using that dodge when he gets the red. Ah, didn't do it again. And I ran right into that. Okay, so I need to go in directions. Okay. That's why I'm failing right now. There we go. Ah. But I beat him.
Down into the worms with him. Perhaps there is peace for him in the grave, poor soul. One champion has been sent to the cabinet. Yet we are only at the start of our road. You will face 11 more opponents who will test your strength, your memories, and your resolve. Few fall at the first hurdle. None reach the last. We have wagered, and you have won. You may claim your rewards, yet I will also claim mine. As you improve, so do I. Balance must be retained.
So equivalent exchange it is. Captain of the Guard. Get through. Receive these cards. Okay. And finally, new challenger, Bandit Attack.
Shall we deal again?
And that's basically the intro level and the first level of the game. I'm going, like I say, I'm going to go through, at least hopefully try to go through and beat all 12 champions, and go from there. What I might do is, if it turns out I need to do a little grinding or anything of that, I might do that in between episodes, then at the start of the next episode say what happened and stuff like that, because I feel if watching grinding might be a little boring. But hope you all enjoyed this. I don't know how often I'm going to update it, because since it's basically the same game mechanic all the way around, it might not be a might be a once a week thing or something like that. But I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you on the next episode. Until then.